get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Shake harder, boy!
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. Time staying strong. Need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong. Need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I wanna be someone. I wanna be great. I'm gonna be someone. It's never too late. Game face on when I chase like that. Yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'ma ride or die for my dreams on tap. I'ma fly real high, you ain't see me slack. No, it's not how you fall, it's how you get right back up. That's how you get tough. Calluses on my hands so rough, yeah, I call your bluff. I'm not the one, mess with me and come out with none. Cause I'm so done, you had your fun. And now you're gonna face down the barrel of the gun. Cause I got a full clip with your name on it. But I'ma let you slide cause you ain't worth it. Time staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. Time staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
Well, that's annoying. Yeah, boy.
So what we're going to do now is take all the suspension out and the brakes, because we're going to be upgrading with the IS350 front brake upgrade. We're also going to be doing the rear calipers. We're going to be doing a rebuild on those to make sure they're all schmick and match the front. We're going to replace all the bushes on the front, a couple of adjustable arms on the rear to get the alignment settings that I want to fit the wheels. Because we all know that you choose a set of wheels and then change everything to make them fit. Because that's the best way. So let's get this car up on the hoist and start pulling all the suspension and brakes out. Let's go.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I know you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at any.
Look at that. That's bent. Okay, so the trick I use to undo the strut, because I'm putting new springs onto the strut, I get a jack and I jack it underneath the suspension. So now I've got some tension on the spring, compressing the spring. Then I can come up here and just undo it. No spring compressors required. I really hate spring compressors because, let's face it, they're basically little bombs. So wherever I can, I always try and do it on the car. That way, hey, it's not going to be a bomb. Now we've got that all undone. All we have to do is let the suspension down and falls out. And some easy.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, man.
Wow.
I need today, I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
Oh yeah.
Too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Okay, and that is fully broken down. The knuckles weren't actually that hard. I used two different size pullers to get the bearings and things out. The stub axles, the retaining rings are always left on. I just used the angle grinder to cut through it, and then a flat bladed screwdriver to hit them off. Was actually quite easy. The hard part was the control arm bushes. These control arm bushes on the IS Altezza series are really annoying. They have a lip on the bush, which means you can't actually put anything on here to press them from the other side. And because of that, you need to get rid of this lip to actually get them out. I set them on fire, burnt them, and then pushed the inner tube out. That allowed me to get a saw in to cut through. And even then, it still took 45 minutes to do each one. And it was 36 degrees today outside, which means it was about 42 degrees in my shed. My God, I was dripping in sweat and hating life, but we got it done. which now means we get to do the fun part. We can put all the new parts on, and I am so excited. So let's go over to the new bench and I'll show you exactly what we're putting in the front of this vehicle. Okay, and these are the new parts. So we've got new lower ball joints. We're going to have to cut these arms off because we are running some drift knuckles. These are camber offset, so they're going to give us a bit of camber. And unfortunately, they are 0 anchorman angle, which I'm not pleased about, but they are $60 off eBay. We'll give them a go. The ball joints for the upper arms, brand new ones, along with camber adjustment bushes. Now, these will give me 0.7 of a degree, which will allow me to take out some of the camber that these are going to give me. I've got longer studs to fit the wheels because I'm going to need to run some spacers as well. I've got the GS300 outer tie rod ends. I've also got some lower control arm bushes. The lower control arm allows for about 0.5 of a degree of adjustment, so we can also fine tune that camber as needed. I've also got some rack bushes, which I should have done when the engine was out. La-di-da. I've got new bushes for the sway bars. I've got sway bar front and rear, and some lowering springs front and rear. Also on the front, I've got some new wheel bearings, which I've obviously taken out of the uprights. On the rear, I've gone with toe arms, adjustable toe arms, and adjustable traction rods. This will allow me to dial in the toe and also use the lower control arm factory adjustment and dial out the toe in that it induces. So those two arms should get me all the adjustment I need to fit the wheels, which is what it's all about, obviously. On the rear, I'm only doing these two arms at this stage. The rear is going to be pulled and done at a later stage because I am going to run a GT86 diff because I'm not quite happy with the diff ratio in the Altezza factory standard. There's a lot of information on the internet. It could be a 4.1, it could be a 3.9, I don't know. But we'll pull it apart first and then I'll decide on the diff ratio that I want to go.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm
So I completely forgot that I actually bought this kit to make installing bushes a lot easier. I got this off Amazon. I think it was about $50. And yeah, I've never used one of these before, but it definitely beats using the press because the bush always wants to go to the side and I always have to use my hand to try and ease it in, but it never really works out well. So I'm interested to see how this goes.
Oh, inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
So one thing you have to be careful of with these angle kits is kits don't usually come with these dowel pins. depending on what brand you buy. If you buy cheap ones, they definitely won't come with it, but some of the good brands do. But you've got to make sure you take these dowel pins out of your factory steering arms and put them into these angle kits. Anyone on the internet that says they've broken bolts, I almost guarantee they've missed these dowel pins and not put them in. These dowel pins stopped all the lateral movement. They don't allow any lateral movement. And then the bolts just hold it all together. The dowel pins are actually holding this ball joint onto the steering arm with no bolts. That's how much of a job they actually do. Let's get this installed on the knuckle and then throw it in the car. GS300 tie rod ends. Now, these are longer than your factory standard tie rods, and that is because I'm running the angle kit with 0 anchorman, which is even worse than all the other ones, and I'm going to need the extra length. So let's put these in now.
Try to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey.
Okay, so we've got a super simple setup for the rear at this stage. We've got some Lovell's lowering springs, a hardrace sway bar, and we've got some adjustable arms. We've got these traction rods from Monza, and we've got the toe arms from Max Speeding Rods. Now, I'm going to use the factory camber adjustment on the lower arm for this car, and that should give me the enough camber I need to fit the wheels. And then I'll be able to use these arms to take out any toe that is induced by maxing out that camber. So first, let's get all the rear suspension out and ready to fit all this new stuff.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining out, I keep making sound, go another round, tell what you're bound, can't stop me now. Tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Come and fly,
So the next thing is this manifold. Now, I broke a bolt as I took it out of the car, so I need to work out how to get that out because a little bit of ice grips hasn't budged it yet. But I just want to take a moment to have a look at this design of the manifold. It's actually a really well designed factory manifold. I do plan to make my own high-rise extractors, which should be fun because I can't weld. But for a standard design, that is pretty good. I am impressed. Let's just put some heat through it and see if that helps. So I think we all knew that wasn't going to work. I tried spraying on some inox to cool it down a little bit quicker to sort of like break that connection that it had to the manifold, but that also didn't work. So what I'm going to do now is weld a big nut onto the stud, and that should give me a nice bit of leverage with a lever bar, and hopefully it doesn't break. Okay.
Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge, they say dreamers.
But now the gearbox fluid is in. That means I've dropped the car back down and we've just got coolant and engine oil to go. I don't have any coolant at the moment, so I'm just going to put water in it because I'll do a flush anyway, and then we'll put engine oil and then we can give it a start.
So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views.
wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's blurry face and I
know these sometimes confuse people, but it actually depends on the internal vents. And the internal vents on this disc are actually pointed on an angle. They're not straight like this. So this is the rotation of the disc.
Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry.
And now it's time for the finishing touches.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now it's just out.
So next we need to bleed the brakes, and for that I need a friend.
Friend.
This is my mate Chris, and he's going to help me bleed the brakes.
Let's do it.
So I've topped up the reservoir with brake fluid, and I've got my mate in the car.
Are we talking about those wheels yet?
No. Come around here. We're going to start at the furthest possible away caliper at the rear left, and we're going to do the uppy downy. So I'm going to open the bleeder and say to my friend in the car, down. He's going to push the brake pedal down, and then once I nip this brake bleeder up, I'll say up. Down. 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 And while bleeding, always come back periodically to top up the reservoir. Next, I need to put the bonnet on, and for that, I need a friend.
Still here.
And now I've just spent an hour going through the suspension just to make sure everything's bolted in correctly. All the bolts are in, the nuts are on, and that I am ready to put the wheels on. I'm ready to put the wheels on. Let's put the wheels on. Okay, and these are the rims. These are FG XR6 18 by 8.5 with a plus 36 offset. Now, these rims with the 25mm spacer should fit the exact same as an 18 by 9 plus 20. And that's what I've based all my math on. So hopefully that is correct. These are the wheels we're going with. I will make them fit if they don't. Now, I'm just running cheap tires at the moment. These are Winrun R330 tires. They're 235 by 40 18s. So that's about all I believe I can fit on this car with this offset. So with the rims, I've just done a basic refurb. I've just given them a rub down and sprayed them with some wheel silver. I think they've come out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with them. But I am in no way a perfectionist, in case you haven't realized that by now. So let's get these on the car and see how they fit.
I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad.
What the f? Oh. Oh my God. That's wrong. Okay, so there is obviously an issue here, and that is the wheel is sticking out about 30 mil, and it is sitting on the guard. So the rear fitment is actually really good. It's exactly what I had planned for. So it sits pretty nice. Could even stand to have maybe a spacer, bring it out a little bit, but we'll get to that. But the front is actually comical. Now, I did all the math and I've obviously made a mistake somewhere. So I need to have a look, measure some things and work out where I've gone wrong.
Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back.
Okay, so there's a few things that we need to do to this car to make sure we have a successful test drive. So first being is I need to install the gear shifter. So let's do that.
All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found that one, but you won't change.
Okay, so the spacers are in the car and it's looking awesome on the stock rims. Nice fitment. Next is a power steering leak. For whatever reason, I was wrenching on this side rack end and I think I may have created a leak. Either way, the boot is leaking, so it could be one of the hoses above the boot because I can't see it from here. So let's take the wheel off and have a look to see if we can work out where this power steering leak is. Now, luckily it is just a hose. It is not done up properly. I didn't want to wrench on the aluminium fittings when I did the power steering, and I haven't done it up tight enough. Let's nip that up and that will solve the power steering leak. So the power steering pump is at pressure and we've got no leaks. Beautiful. Perfect.
To meet me, I think you should. I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me?
Okay, so now that is done. Next is the suspension. Now, I've got a lot of loose bolts on this car simply for the fact that you do need to wait until you've put it down on the ground and then tighten them up when they're at ride height. Now, I don't want to sit on the concrete floor doing that, so what I'm going to do is put a transmission jack under each wheel, jack it up to about ride height, and then tighten all the bolts. I need to make sure I've tightened everything because the whole suspension's been off the car. Now, the test drive is only going to be about a 20-minute drive. I'll come back and then do that again anyway, but let's make sure nothing falls off in the test drive.
I think you should. Keep on playing, saying it's in your nature. Then you're gonna suck and blame it over you. Wanna make you set you up for failure. You should be glad I'm here and so aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Aren't you glad to meet me?
this off cambered corner. Oh, the engine sounds amazing. That lightweight flywheel gives you so much top end. The thing is though, it has lost low end torque, which I wasn't expecting to notice how much torque I would lose, but I have noticed it quite a bit. It's a more revvy and it's got that top end that it didn't have, but I mean, let's face it, a Beams does have a lot of top end anyway. But it just, I was not expecting that for the low end torque. Now, I honestly would have to think twice on whether or not to have that in a daily driver. I know this looks pretty crazy on camera, but in person it doesn't look that bad, and in fairness it does look a lot like the first time I did it. However, this time around I have only 3 degrees of camber, which most of the times I've done this and the wheel's been sitting about there, I've had 5 degrees, which is too much. So I am confident that I can get this guard out enough to make it mostly legal. So I am committing to this. So first thing I'm going to do is hit up this entire surface with a heat gun. That way should limit the amount that the paint cracks. I'm not expecting great things. It probably will crack, but I'm okay with that. So just going to heat it up till I can hold my fingers on there for 3 seconds and then have to take them off. That's how hot I want it. And then I can start hitting it with a hammer. Comes out. It needs a bit of finishing. There is a lot of like little pieces like this. These will need to be finished up. They will need to be finished up. So it's probably going to need a repaint, but that is legal at least. Well, as legal as legally I'm going to have this car anyway. And now it's the rears time. So unlike the fronts, I can't just easily bolt these panels off. So I need to make sure I do it right the first time. So a little bit of pressure. On the upside, these ones are staying flat. So this panel here is staying flat. Now, all I'm doing is just bringing the inside up a little bit. So if it does rub, it's not a big deal. I don't need it to be dead flat with this. I don't really care. It is double wall, so it is quite thick there. So just gonna make it maybe just over 45 degrees, maybe 60 degrees. That way, when my tire rubs on it, which no doubt will, it won't do too much damage to the tire. So that's the goal. Let's do that. like. So it's a flat piece there, about 15 mil thick. And that is what I've done. So I am pretty happy with that. Just folded it over a little bit. Okay, so I've taken it for a drive, and just this little point right here is the only part on the entire car where it scrapes. Now, this is double wall, so it is quite a heavy point. If I try and hit this with a hammer here, it's going to deform this whole area, pulling this entire thing out. And I don't want that because of the rear quarters. I want the rear quarters to stay the right shape. And this is the spot that I'm talking about. So it's literally only grinding right here, but this edge here is cutting up the tire quite a bit. So my plan is just to die grind this out a little bit. That way I have a bit more room there and I can massage and make it all nice and smooth. So if it does rub on the extreme cases, it won't be a problem. And obviously I need to be super careful that the die grinder doesn't get away from me. So I'm going to take my time. I do not want this die grinder to come out and go up this quarter. I can see it happening, but I'm going to be super careful. So don't worry, I ask myself this question all the time. What is wrong with me? I've got 2 days. 2 days before the new build is due in this shed, and my hoist is going to be taken up by that build for at least 3 months. And I asked myself, am I okay with how the Altezza is right now? And am I going to enjoy it for the next 3 months? And there's some things that need to be done before that new build gets here. So firstly is the coilovers. I'm not happy with the height on the Altezza. The front is too low, the rear is too high, and I want it perfect. So I've got myself some BC Gold. I've had these before. They are a fantastic coilover for the money, and that should cure those problems. The front upper control arms, it's got these spherical bearings as the bushes, and I'm not happy with them. I've ordered some superpro hardened urethane bushes for those instead, and I'm also going to remake the plates at the top because I do want new ball joints, and I can't seem to find a ball joint that fits into those KFD arms. So I will make a new plate with the mill and the lathe, and then I can press in the JZX 100 ball joints, which will make it easier for serviceability in the future. So let's get this car up on the hoist, get everything out of the car. That way I can jack it up, and also it seems to be rubbing when I've got friends in the car. With just me, it's not rubbing, but if I put a friend in the car, it starts rubbing just a little bit. So without the shocks in the car, it will give me the option to jack up the wheel all the way up, and I can see exactly where it's rubbing. So let's do that now. So I've got the upper control arms and the struts out of the front. So let's start pulling these apart because I need to make up new ball joint holding plates.
With me, come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Okay, so I've made up the plates. Now I've just made them so they're exactly square to the shape of the plate. and I've super glued them together with these little spaces on them. So when I put it in the lathe, it's all going to be equal and even, and I'm going to lathe up both at the same time because it will make it easier.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves.
And the plates are finally done. Now, they took literally a day. And so I've run out of time. I don't have the bushes yet for the upper control arm. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to run with the spherical bearings instead. And hopefully these work because I believe I've done a press fit, but I won't know until I try and press in the ball joint. So let's press the ball joints in, then we can mount these back up. And be done with these control arms, finally.
And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay.
Yes! I am the greatest machinist ever!
We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Somewhere by the Emerald Sea, where the moon and water meet. Somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away.
So I've got it back down on the ground and I've measured all around. I want to lower the front by 20 mil and lower the rear by 10. That should make it perfect, but we might have to adjust it from there. So let's get it back up in the air again and adjust it. Okay, so to adjust these coilovers, what I'm going to do is undo this ring, bring it up exactly 20 mil, and then move the coilover down into this bottom piece, the base height adjustment. So that's the way I do it to make sure I get it the exact same both sides.
With me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves.
Now that the coilovers are in, let's quickly talk about the sway bar links. Now, this still has the factory sway bar links in it, even after putting the hardrace sway bar in. And that hardrace sway bar is adjustable. The factory links don't seem to go onto the harder setting without fouling on the bottom shocker bolt. Now, that is only at full droop. I suspect that at normal ride height, it's totally fine, but that's still not okay with me. So I've been working on a potential long-term solution, and I think I may have found that. This is that solution. So I've got M10 rose joints. I've got a male and I've got a female. They bolt together with a locking nut to hold them in place. Now, with the lower bolts, these are also M10 with a hex nut. That will allow the rose joints to have the most amount of angle. If you use a normal bolt, that will stop it from having a little bit of angle. The upper bolts, the factory ones are M8. So it only has M8 holes, so I'm going to need to drill out my sway bar to M10. I feel better about having M10 on the upper and lower. I think it matches, and I also think it's going to be stronger in the long term. So let's get these into the car and see how they fit.
We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views.
And the sway bar links are done. Now, I did have to run a longer bolt down the bottom here because I've run a spacer in here. And you can see what I was talking about in regards to the top bolt head. I had to lay that down because, as you can see, the shock bolt is right there. Now, I could not fit the standard sway bar link on the hard setting. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong or if this sway bar is just designed poorly, because I do believe it should have been out maybe a 10 mil just to give it a bit more clearance, because I couldn't get the factory sway bar link on the hard setting. But either way, it's on the hard setting now. So we'll see how this goes. And in the future, I'll give you an update if it breaks. And it is done. I've adjusted it all the way around. I'm really happy with this ride height, but I haven't taken it for a test drive yet, but I'm about to do an alignment. And this is the current state of the Altezza. It has been stuck in my backyard for going on 2 months now, because 7 days after I got this thing back on the road and finished, I got defected. Now, it did not get defected because it was illegal. It got defected because I allegedly did something wrong and they couldn't pin that on me. So essentially, they just gave me a major defect. Now, the KE20 was arriving the same day, so I did not have time to get this thing in a roadworthy condition to then start the build. So I had to choose one, and I chose the KE20. So this thing will get put back on the road, get a roadworthy, and get that done as soon as I've got the hoist free. But until then, I have a Winton day booked in a couple of weeks to take this thing around Winton to see what sort of times it does, because I'm really excited to see this thing on the track. I'm also just about to book in a Phillip Island day as well. So this thing is going to be amazing on track, and I'm so excited to do this thing. But until then, the new build has started, the K20 build, so check that out in the link below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it does help out the channel. Thank you for over 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.